So fired. This is the last show.
Hey, it is 2015, and we got pay-per-views. We ain't got just any pay-per-view. We got WWE pay-per-views, which is fun. We're on the fast lane to Road to WrestleMania. Get it? You know, fast lane WrestleMania because it's fast lane. They've been saying it a lot because obviously the next pay-per-view was fast lane, and it was tonight. Um, and it was pretty good. There were some weird finishes, a lot of roll ups. I almost cried like a couple times in the show. Just so many roll ups. I mean, come on, man. Like, just, but you know, it was an interesting show. Did y'all watch the pre-show or y'all just said forget it?
I actually did watch the pre-show. It
It,
was nothing too special.
yeah, I watched it too, and I agree. I could read what Paul Heyman said. I'll just go through it really quick. It was really not much of anything. Miz is just not feeling the Mizdow thing right now. He says personal assistant sit in the corner. He makes Mizdow sit in the corner. He asks, this was like the main question I feel like. He asked Paul Heyman, would Brock Lesnar be at Fastlane tonight? And Paul Heyman said he's not going to be here this evening. He kind of teased that he would be here this evening, but he just went on and said he wouldn't. Basically, he makes Brock Lesnar look good by saying, my client will not be concerned with Daniel Bryan. Um, he will not be concerned with, Roman Reigns. Miz pulling out his like middle school teacher or elementary school teacher. When my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut. I thought that was kind of funny. Getting that heel heat, of course, and he asked him about Roman Reigns, and he says Roman Reigns, he's the baddest dude, but he'll still lose at WrestleMania. The Mizdow chants interrupt Heyman, so he starts over and says his whole entire thing again. He says basically the main gist was Bryan will lose to Brock Lesnar, Reigns will lose to Brock Lesnar, and you can believe that. So nothing too special with Miz TV. I kind of expected like some kind of pandemonium to break down or something, kind of make it interesting. But it was kind of just Miz sitting there asking questions to Paul Heyman, and pretty much questions that didn't really need to be answered. We kind of knew what Paul Heyman would say. I can think the most important question was, would Brock Lesnar be there? Because that's what everyone's wondering. So Justin, since you watched it, any thoughts on the pre-show?
Nope.
All right. So let's get into the actual show here. We had a video package on Fastlane. This was a video package I kind of liked. It kind of drew some comparisons and similarities between what the name is and wrestling superstars. I kind of like that they did that. At least it brought a little clarification. You may not love the name, but I know at least having some explanation behind it is kind of always a good thing. And it showed what's going on tonight, what the main feuds were, pretty much what all the feuds were. We kind of got a little bit of everything in that video package. Any thoughts on the video package? That pay-per-view video package.
Yeah, I actually liked it. It was pretty good, pretty much giving an explanation, on it. It was good. I enjoyed it. Something different with it. So, yeah.
All right.
I didn't like it. It's not a car show. This has nothing to do with vehicles in any way, shape, or form. You can try to make it feel like it, but no. No. They're not cyborgs. They're not cars. They're not. No.
They're immortals.
That's it. I'm done.
I'm out of here. This end the show already.
All right. So we start off with a match. We had the six-man tag match. So I was actually surprised that it started out the show. I thought maybe the tag team titles match, but I guess it was kind of different to start out the show with not a tag team titles match. It seems like the last couple of pay-per-views have started with the Usos versus someone. But we had Dolph Ziggler, Rowan, and Ryback going up against Seth Rollins, Kane, and Big Show, and J&J Security. Obviously not far behind. So Rollins and Ziggler, they start out this match. They had a nice sunset flip by Dolph for a near fall. I love Rowan in this match. He had a nice pump handle backbreaker, a diving, spinning back elbow. He looked really, really athletic. It felt like in this match, it kind of felt like they were kind of showing him off a little bit because we've seen a ton of Ryback and Ziggler. It feels like, but it seems like Rowan's kind of been in the background. I feel like personally, um, Rowan goes for the spin kick, but he misses and hits the post. After that, basically the entire Rollins team just works his leg as much as possible, tries to isolate him by working the leg. Big Show with his patented submission hold that he, locks in now with that little leg lock that he does. Ryback comes in with a hot tag. He misses the splash, but then comes back and hits a power bomb with the shell shock attempt. But then he gets rolled up by Rollins for a near fall. Rollins with a nice super kick that ends up being a near fall. Ziggler gets a hot tag, comes in hot, gets a nice DDT. That ended up being a near fall as well. He gets a super kick to Kane, famous to Rollins, and then Big Show with the KO punch, and Kane pins. He pins Ziggler for the win. So, Team Rollins. So Rollins, Kane, and Big Show get the win here. I was actually surprised about that. There was some post-match stuff that we'll talk about. Some important stuff, I guess. So we'll talk about that in a second here. So, Justin, thoughts on the match here?
Yeah, it was actually a pretty good match for what it was. But one thing I don't like about this, they need to have these guys doing their own things. Like Ryback, Ziggler, and Eric Rowan. They need to have them doing their own things because it just reminds you of the Survivor Series again. Because this is pretty much what it was again. But it was an alright match. Eric Rowan did a good job in this match. I didn't really like when Big Show and Eric Rowan faced off. It just looked weird. I mean, Big Show, I'm tired of seeing him. Please get him off my TV screen. I just can't stand Big Show. Same with Kane. He needs to retire also. These two guys, I just can't stand them. But I didn't like the ending of it when Big Show did that KO punch when the referee wasn't looking. I didn't really expect them to win, but it was an alright match. But I like the post-match after it.
All right, Casey, thoughts?
First of all, I was surprised that Seth Rollins started out this match. Usually he kind of cowards out and has Kane or Big Show start off the match, so that was kind of weird. It wasn't a great match, but I was pleasantly surprised with it, considering my disdain for six-man tag team matches in WWE, because that's all we get ever. And I feel like there was a point where Big Show was doing a submission, and Big Show doing any sort of submission doesn't look right. It shouldn't ever happen. It didn't. No, just stop. But I think what I got out of this match, I feel like they should have broke this up into two matches. I feel like they should have done Rollins versus Ziggler, and then done Show and Kane versus Rowan and Ryback. I feel like Rollins and Ziggler would have been a great match. Just those two together. And then if you wanted to put Rowan and Ryback in the show, put them against Kane and Show.
They should have put them on the pre-show.
Yeah, you could have done that, but I was more interested in Rollins and Ziggler in this match than anything.
Yeah, I do agree with you on that.
Yeah, I think, my focus was kind of on, I think that would have been a good idea, but my focus was on Rowan just because I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but he's kind of been not necessarily the weak link, but he hasn't been showcased like the rest of them. I feel like, since he's left the Wyatt family, he hasn't really been showcased. Even Luke Harper was showcased really well with Team, Authority back when Survivor Series was shown. So I just feel like he hasn't really been showcased that well.
Well, one thing I need to say before we go on to the post-match. Well, they need to put Eric Rowan and Luke Harper back together. I liked them when they were a tag team. I really wish they would get back together. But, yeah.
I feel like even when Rowan was in the Wyatt family, he was still kind of in the background. It was more so Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper with Eric Rowan. You didn't really get to see much of him. Um,
Yeah, I felt like Rowan was never really given any credit. I think Rowan's talented. I just feel like even in the Wyatt family, Bray and Harper were the ones to get the credit, but Rowan really wasn't. So after the match, Rollins does not care. He's going to curb stomp anyone and everyone to get to the top. Oh, that's Kevin Owens. He's going to curb stomp everybody, though. He doesn't care. So he starts curb stomping. He curb stomps Ziggler. You get a double choke on the right back. Then he gets curb stomped. Then curb stomp to Rowan. Randy Orton, out of nowhere, obviously. Randy Orton comes in and saves the day. So it was cool. I heard his music and I'm like, oh, Randy's back. Randy's my boy. So, Randy Orton is back, baby. So I'm excited. I wonder what they're going to do with him. I wonder if they're going to put him in a feud with Rollins, or is Rollins going to go with Ziggler? Because it kind of felt like they were doing Rollins Ziggler, that kind of road. But then again, you still kind of have the Rollins Orton thing from before that still kind of has to be finished up a little bit, I guess so. So, um, Justin, thoughts on the post match?
Yeah, I like the post match. Seeing Randy Orton coming out, seeing the return of him, really awesome. He's one of my favorites. Seeing all those RKO's he was hitting on, Kane, Big Show, all those guys, Seth Rollins. Well, he didn't hit one on Seth Rollins because Seth Rollins escaped out of the arena. He ran away like a little coward he is. But no, it's just, I think, stand up for a match at WrestleMania 31. And if they have a match at WrestleMania 31, it's going to be a good match. Be one of the best matches. But yeah, I like this. We'll see what happens tomorrow night with Randy Orton.
All right, JD.
um, I mean, I was kind of excited for Orton's return. I like when Orton returns from being gone for a while, but then he kind of really quickly goes stale for me. Just because it's always the same Orton. There's nothing really. His character doesn't really change that much, which bothers me. It's always the Viper. It's never, he doesn't change anything, which is why it gets stale for me so quickly. But I'm excited to have him back. Hopefully, he got all of his issues with WWE cleared up, because I know he was kind of tired of the Authority for a while there. That's why he wanted some time off. So hopefully he's back and does something exciting and, retires Big Show and Kane.
Bring back the punch them both, and they're gone.
All right, so next we got a video package on the Goldust Stardust thing. What's going down with them, and then we go backstage with Dusty Rhodes and Goldust. At this point, Ryan and Josh were in here just talking up a storm, so I couldn't hear it. I couldn't hear the promo. So I couldn't hear the backstage stuff. Did anything important happen during this backstage stuff?
Not really.
All right. So next we got Stardust versus Goldust. Interesting thing about
You skipped over me, you jerk.
no, I was just wondering. You were muted. I wasn't sure.
I was muted. Sorry. No, I was just gonna say they were just talking about the family and how they need to get Cody back, and Dusty was telling Goldust not to hurt him. Just don't hurt him. But yeah, skip over me just because I'm muted.
Like I said, nothing too special. I bet this.
All right, so we got Stardust versus Goldust. Interesting thing about Stardust, he was looking very Cody-like. I saw if you did notice on Raw, he did hit the crossroads. So it seems like maybe little by little he's going to turn back into Cody Rhodes. I'm not really sure. He gets Cody chants from the crowd. I love how he takes note of the Cody chants and kind of freaks out a little bit. I think that was kind of cool because you don't want to call him Cody. Goldust looking for the Cody honor. Stardust, nah, we're not gonna have that. We get it, back and forth. Kind of start out kind of like, we're brothers, we know each other. It was similar to that. I don't know if you guys caught the guy in the crowd that had the two masks. He had a Goldust and a Stardust mask, and he was like fighting with him. I thought that was kind of funny. Goldust looks for the director's cut, but Cody slips away. Hit a bulldog reversal into a backbreaker by Goldust. Once again, it gets back to that back and forth type of thing, but then Cody starts to take advantage. Cody seems to know what Stardust is going to do, which makes a lot of sense considering they're brothers. We get the snapmare into a roll up for the win by Goldust. It was just like we said, it was just weird. The count was kind of off as far as like when it was like the referee was kind of forcing himself not to hit the three. It just felt like a weird ending. It didn't feel like it was supposed to end there or something like that. And it was a roll up finish, so obviously I wasn't happy. So, Casey, go ahead and give your thoughts on this Goldust Stardust match.
First of all, I like Stardust's new ring gear tonight. It was different, which was cool. It's always cool to see different new ring gear, especially on pay-per-views. That's when they always bring out the flashy stuff. But I love the dynamic in this match with the fact that they're brothers. I always liked dynamics like that when the Hardys had feuds, when Edge and Christian had feuds, even though they're not actually brothers. But WWE tried to lie to us for years. But I feel like this match felt too big for Fastlane. Like I really feel like it should have been at Mania, especially if it was going to be Goldust's last match. But after the match, we'll find out. We might be going on to another match with them. But like I said, this was a perfect example of a match that didn't necessarily have spectacular in-ring work, but the story was played out really well, so it made the match awesome. Like they really, told you a story in this match. You could see the emotion in them. You could see so it made it for a good match. Like I said, nothing spectacular in-ring work necessarily, I didn't think, but the storyline was really held up really well.
All right, Justin. Thoughts on the Goldust versus Stardust first encounter?
Well, this wasn't a bad match. I mean, nothing too spectacular, like you said, Casey. I like when the fans started chanting Cody Rhodes, and Stardust. He started, kind of get mad of, hearing that. So I like that, and they're brothers, so they know they know what they're gonna do. So yeah, and I thought it was awkward how the match ended with that roll up. It was just weird. Like, was the ref not supposed to hit that three? Like, it was just awkward. I didn't like the end of it, but it was all right. And I think Cody Rhodes is going to get the win at WrestleMania if they do have a second match, which they probably will, and hopefully it'll be Cody Rhodes. And yeah.
Right.
I also felt like it was almost like anticlimactic though. It was like, wait, that's it? Like there felt like there was supposed to be more, like something bigger, like for an ending. And I hope they do have a match at Mania, because I think it would be cool if, since in the storyline they're trying to break Cody out of the Stardust theme. It would be cool if Dustin just came out as him. It would kind of be a role reversal. That would be cool, instead of, because I don't think him coming out as Goldust would be that special for WrestleMania. If they did something really different like that, where he just came out as himself.
That would be pretty interesting to see. I would like to see that.
Yeah, I agree. That would be a cool thing, and it would, like you said, it would kind of switch it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So next we're getting a Jon Stewart Seth Rollins feud. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with that. I don't know if they're just trying to bring in real world applications into WWE, or is he gonna like show up at WrestleMania and punk down Seth Rollins or something? I don't know. Any thoughts on the Jon Stewart, Seth Rollins kind of bickering?
Nope.
Stupid.
Gay.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, you know. It just, I don't know.
It says that Seth Rollins brought him up on Monday Night Raw, and yeah, it was just dumb. It
All
was
right.
just for no point.
Yeah, it was. So we're backstage with Goldust and Cody Rhodes. For some reason, every Goldust Cody Rhodes segment, Josh and Ryan were in here talking, so I couldn't necessarily hear what was going on. Um, so I only got that Cody Rhodes beat up Goldust, but I wasn't sure what he said to Dusty afterwards. I know they were talking, but I couldn't hear it. Plus, I lost my remote, so I couldn't turn it up. Um, so can somebody fill me in if you wrote that down? If you didn't.
Oh, I didn't really write much down from that. With it, I think Stardust when he went backstage, he was like, "Oh, well, it's a family reunion again," like something like that. I can't remember the full things that happened with that because I really wasn't paying attention to this. Um, I don't think it was really too special. I mean, then he got, Stardust started beating him up, and yeah. Okay,
Casey,
so
Hey guys, I'll fill in as usual. I'll fill in the blank spaces that you guys seem to not hear or not pay attention to.
I
Anyway,
was paying attention. I just couldn't hear it. It wasn't my
I
fault.
was, I wasn't paying attention to this. I was
you're
tweeting.
fired. Get out of here. He came back and yeah, he was like, "Oh, it's a family reunion," and then he did end up attacking Goldust and basically told Dusty that he's the one that killed. Dusty is the one who killed Cody Rhodes
I
when,
remember that now.
when he made him bring back this old bag of a Attitude Era rejects, basically. So that's why he, Cody Rhodes is dead, quote unquote. But it kind of built up that okay, maybe this isn't going to be the end of Dusty or Goldust and Stardust. Hopefully, there will be a match at Mania.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm hoping they have a match because it hasn't been going on for that long for them to just kind of end it kind of abruptly. It's kind of abrupt that they ended it kind of before Mania because there was kind of rumors that it would happen last year at Mania and it didn't. So that would be a good step. So next we got the Usos versus Tyson Kidd and Cesaro for the tag team titles. I was excited going to this match because I like Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. And I thought the Usos looked really good in this match. Um, so get into it. So the Usos, they looked to dominate Tyson early. But Kidd and Cesaro, they took advantage and started to work the leg because they want to slow down the Usos and that high-paced offense that they run. We got knee bars on Jay to try to keep him as isolated as possible. We get the one-legged Cesaro swing. I thought that was pretty cool. The one-legged Boston Crab into the springboard leg drop combo by Kidd and Cesaro. I like how they used kind of unique ways. They kind of use their own moves with the one leg to kind of to work it a little bit. I like that. Jay comes in with a hot tag, but Cesaro with the roll up off of the Kidd distraction for a near fall. Got the corner hip bump that the Usos typically do by Jay. Jay goes up top, but he gets knocked down. We get the deadlift, Asian suplex that Cesaro typically does. The springboard elbow by Tyson Kidd. Combination for the near fall. I like their tag team moves. I think they do a good job of mixing that power and speed combination that they have. We get the lifting Samoan drop combo by the Usos. The suicide dive. I can't remember which Uso it was. Maybe Jimmy. Looked really good. He didn't even I don't know if you guys caught it, but he didn't even grab the rope. So now he just kind of jumped right over it. I thought that looked kind of cool, and it was kind of different that they he didn't actually grab the rope. So after that we get a catching suicide dive. Catching Samoan drop on the barricade by Jey Uso. I thought that looked pretty nice. Uso going for the splash, but it goes into a roll up by Kid for a near fall. I thought it was going to end there. I was going to be upset. Kid locks in the sharpshooter on Jimmy. Kind of looks like he's going to tap, but Jay comes in and hits the super kick to the back of the head. That led to a near fall, and then super kick on Cesaro basically led to a distraction, and Tyson Kidd hits the spinning fisherman suplex for the win. So we got new tag team champions, which is very, very much exciting. That's a cool thing because I know we've been talking about how the Usos have the titles a lot. So it's a cool thing to kind of see that. So, Justin, thoughts on the tag team title match?
Yeah, I like this match. This was a very high-paced match, very high flying from the Usos, and I really wasn't expecting new champions quite yet. Maybe I thought, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro will get it at WrestleMania, but it was a good match. I like that one-legged Cesaro swing. That was really awesome. And that Samoan drop on the outside of the ring with Cesaro. I can't remember which Uso was with, but when they hit the barricade, I thought that really hurt. Ouch. But yeah, this was a fun match. I enjoyed it. And I'm happy we have new tag team champions.
All right, Casey.
First of all, the thought of Natalya being a heel is hilarious to me because she's, wearing all black now. She's getting more into that. No.
All black everything.
Yeah. But it was a really good match. The beginning seemed a little slow for me, but they got into it well, and it turned out to be a good match. I'm still gonna say the Usos still just barely make it over the top rope when they do their suicide dive. He may not have grabbed it, but he still barely made it over. They need to learn from Ring of Honor how to do those, because it's painful. I'm sorry. I love the Usos, but it's painful.
Sometimes when they go over the top rope, it's weird, how one leg is just barely making it over the rope. It's just weird.
Their whole body barely makes it over.
Sometimes I feel like they're gonna break something when they go over the rope, they're gonna botch.
They're going to one of these days.
Yeah, but it was an alright match.
I'm glad we have new tag team champions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me too. So next we got a video package on the Sting, Triple H, with, their little thing that's going down there. It's the video package we've kind of been seeing the past couple of weeks, so I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on it.
No.
Alright. So after that we got the face off. And Triple H comes out and he says, "Tempers got heated. I pushed Rick, and I regret that. I stand in this ring as the heartbeat of the WWE. I stand here as the game. And Sting, I'm waiting for you." Sting comes out, and he had his wrestling attire on, which was cool because it made it look like he was ready to fight. It was weird, though, because he just kind of normally walked down to the ring. There wasn't no, pizzazz to it. I guess they're saving that for WrestleMania. I thought he would do something crazy, just a pier or something. But Triple H says, "I know why you're here. I know what you want." He said, "Sting was WCW. You went down with the ship. I respect that. But my legacy is putting your legacy out of business," which drew some boos. He says, "I guess at the end of the day, failure is what you do." He says, "Walk away and your legacy goes on through DVDs, action figures, basically the network." He's basically saying. He says, "And I may even go as far as to put you in the Hall of Fame." He says, "Or we can do it the other way. I can beat what's left of your legacy out of you right now. The choice is yours, and I'm not going to wait long." Triple H tries to go for the first shot. Sting actually gets the first shot. Triple H actually takes advantage and just beats down Sting. He goes to grab a sledgehammer, but when he gets back in the ring, Sting has the baseball bat and basically just punts down Triple H in the corner. Takes the bat away, points at the WrestleMania sign with the bat. He starts to walk away. Triple H is tries to attack from behind, but then he gets hit with the baseball bat, and Sting with the Scorpion Death Drop, and that's how it ends right there. So it was a pretty cool moment. Cool to see Sting back in the ring, and excited to see him at WrestleMania. Excited to kind of see what he still has to. And you know Triple H is going to give it his all like he always does. So it's going to be exciting. So Casey, thoughts on the face off?
Um, it confused me in the beginning because Triple H came out in like street gear and taped up like he was ready to fight, but they never said anything about like a match or a fight. They just said a face-to-face encounter. Um, I also don't like the coat that Sting came out in because it reminded me too much of his run in TNA with like the red and everything. I like just the black. I think it brings his character better together when it's just black. The vigilante type thing.
That
But
was the same coat in when he had his Raw debut, wasn't it? I think so.
I thought it was all black when he was.
No, it was red. Yeah, it was red if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. Who cares? That doesn't matter what color his jacket was.
It does. It matters.
It does.
You're fired anyways. A couple of fans got really annoying in this segment. I don't know if you guys noticed. Just there was like 2 or 3 fans just yelling just random stuff, and I was like, "Shut up."
I just zone out from the fans. I don't pay attention to the fans really much.
It was hard not to. It was hard not to. But I love when Sting came back at Triple H with the bat after Triple H got the sledgehammer. So we're gonna get the sledgehammer versus the bat finally. We've been waiting for years.
Didn't you think Sting was never gonna bring out the bat though? Like I was weird not seeing him with the bat, and then he finally brought it out. It was epic when he brought it out. But I was like, is he ever gonna bring the bat out?
And then he did the typical, pointing to the WrestleMania sign, which is always the, you don't have to say anything. You just point to the WrestleMania sign, and everyone knows. And I don't know if you caught it, but we actually heard Sting speak tonight. He said, "I'll see you at Mania." Right before he did the death drop. When he was walking away from Triple H, and Triple H tried to attack him. He said, "I'll see you at Mania." I don't know if anyone picked that out, but it was a good segment. It got me pumped for WrestleMania.
Justin,
Yeah,
thought?
I like this segment. This segment was good with when he was talking about you can either be we can sell out this agreement, you can have the WWE Network, or we can fight. And I like that we had that go down. Went to go get the sledgehammer, but then Sting brought the baseball bat out. Freaking awesome! I was like thinking, when's he gonna bring the baseball bat out? And he finally brought it out tonight, so that was awesome. And he put him in that corner, and then they stared at the sign, and yeah, I'm pretty excited to see how this match goes at WrestleMania. It's gonna be a good match. I'm very excited.
I agree. So this shows you how much they care about the Divas. The Divas didn't even get a video package for their match.
Divas
So
never get a video package.
I noticed that. I don't know if I've noticed it before. I just noticed it tonight for some reason. It was just Paige coming out, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. But we got Paige versus Nikki Bella for the Divas title. Nikki Bella coming out with the Nikes. She got the Nikes on. I'm not sure. I think she wears them all the time. I just happened to notice them tonight, and I just happened to think about John Cena wearing his. I can't remember what he wears, Reeboks or Adidas or whatever. And I'm like, they're the same person. But Nikki Bella coming out with the Nikes. Shout out to the shoe game. She looks to take control with some aggression. She goes out to the apron for the knee strikes, but she gets tripped up. Alabama Slammer, as they like to call it, by Nikki Bella for the near fall. Paige with the roll up takedown looked just bad. Should have just went ahead and went for the roll up since she didn't hit the turnbuckle. because I think that's what she was going for, was her to hit the turnbuckle, but she was just too far away. So it just kind of ended up being like a, roll up takedown. Or she could have just pulled out her inner Kalisto and just did the spin kick off of it. You know, could have did that. We got the running drop kick by Paige for a near fall. Tries to go for the rampage, but Nikki Bella hits the knee strike. Paige hits a nice super kick. And then we get a nice power bomb by Nikki Bella for the near fall. She goes for the PTO, but Nikki grabs the ropes, and then Nikki gets the roll up for the win. And if you guys did notice, Paige's zipper broke. I've been talking about those, whatever she wears, like the zipper was sliding down anyway, so I thought they would have to change it. They're probably going to change it just to avoid stuff like that happening. But Nikki Bella did win, and she didn't win off the forearm for once. So, it was another roll-up win, but, So, Justin, thoughts on the Divas match tonight?
Well, it was nothing too special. I didn't really like the match. Well, I liked Nikki Bella in yellow. That was good. And her ass was looking fine. And I like that. Paige's zipper broke. That was good.
You got anything to say about the match?
The match, very short. I like that it was short. I just can't stand the the Divas division on the main roster. So I don't really like the Divas division on the main roster, but I love seeing Paige. That's all right.
All right, Casey.
And the rope. I didn't like the rope win.
Oh yeah. Casey, you have thoughts on the match?
Worthless, pointless match. The only good part was a relatively nice power bomb by Nikki. That was the only good part of this match.
I wish she would have sat down with it though. I think
I
that
liked
was
that Alabama slam from Nikki. That was actually pretty good.
What was it?
I like that Alabama slam she did.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You didn't have anything to say else, Casey, or was that it?
No, I'm not going to be a sexist pig and talk about zippers and booties and you men disgust me. I don't know.
Don't pretend like you don't like it. You like it.
Hot girls are the hot divas. Women are on NXT. Okay, that's that.
All right, so after the match, we get some breaking news. I think we kind of already knew it, but they told us anyway. We're getting Triple H versus Sting at WrestleMania. It's official, so get excited. So then, after that, we get Dean Unstable Ambrose versus B&B for the Intercontinental Championship. Was anyone just dying to take this match from me? I thought it was good. I just wanted, switch it up. If anyone else wants to take this match.
Sure, I'll take it.
All right.
I'll take. I didn't really write too much about the match. It was a good match, but what I love Ambrose because I feel like he's one of the few guys left who puts everything into each match that he's in and really puts his body on the line. Like, it always feels like it always looks like he just walked away from a car wreck. And nothing he does is pretty, but it makes it good. Like, he's always just chaotic. But I like this match. I don't like the way it ended. I'm kind of upset with that because I wanted a new Intercontinental Champion just because I have nothing against Bad News Barrett, but he just kind of bores me. I feel like Dean Ambrose would be more of an entertaining champion. Although he did, steal the belt. But, we'll get to that.
No, they said he didn't steal the belt.
No, he stole the belt.
The announcers didn't say he stole the belt. He didn't steal.
Stole the belt.
Justin, you got thoughts on this match?
Yeah, actually, we got thoughts on this match. This was I like Dean Ambrose. I like his character. You know, this unstable character, really awesome. I don't really like how that match ended in a disqualification. So they're probably gonna have a match at WrestleMania, and that's probably when um Dean Ambrose is going to get the win. That's probably when he's going to get the title, hopefully. But yeah, I like this match for what it was, and I like how he took the title, stole the title after the match. It's awesome.
All right. Um, I like this match. I did. And I agree with Casey on that. That Dean Ambrose does put a ton into every match he's in, and you gotta love
Yeah,
that.
I do agree with that also.
I love how Dean Ambrose wants to hit the pendulum lariat from anywhere, at any time, at any place. Like I love when he like kind of breaks the count and then does the lariat. I love that, and I like it how I like when the superstar is smart enough to react to the pendulum lariat. Like before, when he first started hitting it, people would kind of just stand there and take it. But like, I love it when people actually logically do something that makes it seem like they don't see it coming, or if they do see it coming, they reverse it. I like that people can actually reverse the pendulum lariat now. I'm glad that Bad News Barrett retained because he's my boy and all. It was just surprising how it ended. I didn't expect it to end the disqualification. I actually thought it was kind of weird because it didn't really feel like it was going to end right there. Because sometimes in title matches, the referee kind of has some leeway to kind of pull you off of them or something. But the referee was just like, "Screw it, I'm tired. I'm going to take a nap." He was like, "Screw it," like. I was just surprised. I kind of felt sorry for the fans because it seemed like they got a lot of like just stupid finishes tonight with the roll ups and the disqualifications and such like that. Yeah, I mean the matches I felt themselves were good. It was just that time, some stuff like that. Um, so Justin, you want to talk about this Undertaker sighting, and then I'll take the last two matches.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah, sure. So we have Undertaker's minions coming out. Okay, those guys with those fire sticks. You know, and then then you see a casket coming out to the ring. Like, oh, wait, Undertaker's gonna come out of the casket. And then when they get down to the ring, the casket opens up and it's Bray Wyatt. And I become very deflated by that. But I actually kind of like that at the same time, That was really awesome. I didn't really take much notes on like what Bray Wyatt really said. What did he really say about that?
Um, well, he said, "I will never forget." I mean, this is paraphrasing. I'll never forget the first time I saw him. It made me tremble. I feared him, but now he has become just like everyone else, weak and broken, just a shell of what he once was. Fans say, and a fan like he cheered. He cheered. He was like, "He's better than you." And Bray Wyatt, I love how Bray
Yeah,
Wyatt
I
didn't
heard
bat
that.
an eye at that though. Like Bray Wyatt is a pro. He just keeps going. He says, "Now his soul is lost." Um, he said something I didn't catch exactly what he said. Something about stuck in the mode between um, your world and ours. I think it's time for him to go home. My mission is clear. I know you can hear me. I know that you're listening. I am pain. I am suffering. I am Bray Wyatt, the new face of fear. At WrestleMania, I will claim your soul, the soul of the Undertaker. So basically, just calling out the Undertaker. I don't know why I didn't actually take that. I wrote down practically the entire promo.
Well, I wrote down part of the promo is I didn't like get all the other stuff written down.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of liked it. I just thought it was you know, I was like, oh snap, Undertaker sighting. Like I was like
I was
excited.
just too busy marking out for Undertaker. Like I was just going nuts. I was like, Undertaker, yes, he's back. And then when he gets out, I still like seeing Bray Wyatt do that. That was awesome.
I mean, my only issue is like what are they gonna do? So if he faces the Undertaker at WrestleMania, does the Undertaker lose because he's trying to help out the younger talent, or does Bray Wyatt lose his second consecutive match at WrestleMania?
In my opinion, I think Undertaker should lose if they do have a match, which they're probably going to. So yeah, because I don't feel like Bray Wyatt should lose a second match in a row because that would just be bad for his career.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd just be bad. And then they'll have to repackage Bray Wyatt again. And we don't want to never repackage Bray Wyatt.
All right. Casey, thoughts on the Bray Wyatt promo?
Nothing on the promo, but if they do have, I have mixed feelings if they have a Taker Bray Wyatt match. First of all, it depends on Taker's condition. I don't want to see him in a match if he's not. Obviously, he's not going to be at 100% because even last year he wasn't at 100%. But at least if he's good enough that he can go for a good match, that would be cool. But I just don't know how they would do it unless he's. Because I don't care about the streak anymore. The streak ended, but we're still huge fans of The Undertaker, so that's not going to change anything. So maybe if it's just a match where he kind of passes the torch, to Bray Wyatt, kind of a thing, that would be cool. But I feel like that would be a cool match. Just the dynamic between the two characters would be cool. So I'm excited. I hope they do something with the two of them.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like it would be a passing the torch because the dynamic is similar. Like their characters are kind of similar and they're like kind of eerie. They're kind of like that eerie type of character. So after that, we get a video package on Rusev versus Cena. I mean, nothing really, just how the rivalry's been going. And now we have John Cena versus Rusev for the United States title. First off, I was upset to start off because Rusev came out first. Why? Like
The championship came out last.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a rule of thumb for wrestling, right? Or for anything, like any like sports with a championship. The champion comes out last. It just shows respect. I mean, I know it's John Cena. I know he's the face of the company. I know. Yeah, I mean, I know all that, but I was just like, come on, like, why? And I'm starting to understand the Cena hate. I'm not saying I'm like hating on Cena at all. I understand it to a point because like this match, not that it wasn't good, but it's just every Cena match ever is the same, and it's just frustrating. Like even with R-Truth, he got dominated. It's like how. Like I mean I understand Rusev's a big guy. I understand Rusev's undefeated, but like it's just weird. But let's get into the match. Rusev's going with the kicks to the leg. He gets caught with a big time punch by John Cena. Rusev, but he comes back with the side kick. He hits a spin kick, but it just looked weird. Cena went down a little bit earlier than he was supposed to. Just take the kick. Just take it a little bit. And it just looked weird. I don't know if you caught the spin kick, but Casey, it just looked weird.
Yeah.
He goes for the corner splash for a near fall. There was a lot of near falls, I guess you could say. Just a lot of pin attempts. Rusev just trying to wear down Cena. Still looking to come back, but he gets hit with the fall-away slam. Rusev comes back and just starts dominating. And this is what I was talking about, just domination of Cena. Like, if Cena's supposed to be that great, he shouldn't get dominated every match. Rusev, just starts to dominate. Cena with a nice lariat that ended up being a near fall. Rusev hit a nice DDT. I'm not sure if it was just a regular DDT. It was a good looking DDT. Then he starts to go for a series of splashes. Cena obviously coming back here, trying to at least He goes for the AA. It's reversed into the super kick by Rusev. Also ended up in a near fall. Ton of near falls in this match. The STF reversed into a power slam. That's kind of that like tilt the world type of power slam that Rusev does. I like that. Cena. Oh yeah, it was Cena that hit the tornado DDT, which I actually thought looked pretty nice. Nice tornado DDT from the corner. Cena actually locked in a crossface, which was surprising because we did the STF, but he locked in a crossface, and I thought it looked pretty nice. It looks better than the STF does personally. Rusev with the Alabama Slam. Like I said, everybody's hitting the Alabama Slam tonight. It's just how it is. Rusev hits the Alabama Slam for a near fall. He tries to go for the accolade a little bit later, but it gets reversed into the STF. Rusev gets out of that. We'll get an AA attempt and then a round kick. Then after that, he's waiting for Cena to get up, goes for the super kick, reverse into the AA for a near fall. I actually thought it was going to be over right there, and I almost just got really upset. But it was a near fall. Catching sit-down powerbomb into the accolade by Rusev. Cena picks him up. Lana gets in and distracts the referee. Rusev hits the low blow, followed up by a super kick, then the accolade for the win. Cena didn't tap to the accolade, but he like passed out to the accolade, which is something I'm also getting tired of, seeing people just pass out to the accolade. Like when Stone Cold passed out to the sharpshooter, it was cool. It was a one-time thing. It was like something, you weren't really expecting. But like when Jack Swagger, John Cena, Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, like when they just pass out, like the luster's gone, I'm glad Rusev won, but I think Justin, we talked about it off camera, they were kind of making Cena look strong. It kind of felt like. So, Justin, thoughts on the Rusev Cena match for the United States title? Sorry, I didn't mention that, but
the match was alright. I just hated the finish. Cena did alright in this match. I'm not the biggest Cena fan. Like, you guys probably know that from me. But he did alright in this match. He did do that. Nothing really too spectacular in the match. But, the Rusev rivalries are very repetitive. You have U.S. all the time. He's always facing someone from the U.S. every time. I just don't really like that. They need to change his storylines up a little bit. And, they're trying to protect Cena in this rivalry, which I hate that. They need to quit trying to protect Cena. They try to make him look so strong, and this pisses me off. And I'm about to get on a rant, but I'm just going to try to not do that right now. So, yeah. But it was an alright match. We got the low blow, from Rusev, Lana got in the ring. And then we got the accolade, and, then Cena passed out from that. So, yeah.
All right, Casey. Thoughts on the United States Championship match?
First off, my problem is similar to what you were saying before. Is Cena gets beat down in every single match, but always comes back with the typical Super Cena BS.
Yeah,
that's what annoys me. And I'm still confused with this. The announcers are saying, "Oh, John Cena wants to win the U.S. title," and I was thinking, why would John Cena, aka Mr. WWE Champion, want to win the U.S. title again? All he ever cares about is the World Heavyweight Championship. Why all of a sudden, let's go back and win the U.S. title? That doesn't seem like it would be anything to him. And it gets frustrating how Cena essentially can break any submission. Like, how many submissions did he does he break, or it's annoying. But I was really impressed with Rusev in this match. I thought he held up really well with Cena. He did a great match. I liked it, and amazing. I disagree with Justin. Amazing finish, beautiful low blow. What a good win. That is an All-American win right there, if I do say so myself.
Before we move on to the next thing, I need to
Yeah.
show one thing.
Are we gonna get flagged again?
I
No,
know.
we're not going. We're not going to get flagged. I'm not playing any music. But this is how soon it's going to be looking to WrestleMania. Don't give me a
But
second.
you know, and I'm just gonna continue my point while you're looking for that. I, I don't know if it's Cena's fault per se, but like it's just stupid. Like if R-Truth of all people, R-Truth can dominate you, like just quit, please. Like come on. I mean, I know he's a former TNA champion and all, but I mean, come
Wait, didn't Rusev get Big Show in the Accolade at one point and
yeah.
have him pass out? How is it that he can make Big Show pass out from the Accolade, but John Cena can fight it? That just doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't make sense to me either.
Logically, that doesn't. And then after the match really annoyed me because all the cameras go on Cena and it's boo-hoo Cena lost. Every time. Every big Cena match, it's boo-hoo Cena lost.
The reason why I'm mad about the end of the match is because it should have been a clean win. I want a clean win over Cena.
It was a clean win.
Nah.
The ref didn't see it. It didn't count. The ref
It was
didn't see
against
it.
Cena.
That was
But let me. This is how Cena's gonna be getting booked for WrestleMania as this man right here. You see that? That's how he's gonna be getting booked.
It's I can't see it. Oh, Superman.
Yeah,
You
that's how
want
he's
to
gonna
take
be
that
getting
off for
booked.
Superman? Really? Really? Go
That's
on,
how-
Justin. You're fired.
But that's how he's gonna get booked. Everybody knows that. I mean, he's gonna have his big win at WrestleMania, and then
I hope he better not break that streak. I'm gonna be upset.
if he break that streak, I'm just gonna go riot his house. We'll go riot.
But next we get a video package on our main event of the evening on Daniel Bryan Roman Reigns. It's a what's been going down. If you didn't know, if you just joined us, that's pretty much what it was. Kind of summing up everything you don't remember. So we got Roman Reigns, we got Daniel Bryan main event. Winner goes to face Brock Lesnar for the title of WrestleMania if he shows up. So we get a technical start to this match. And Reigns takes control with power and aggression. But Bryan, he looks to come back, gets the tilt-a-whirl slam. Good work by Bryan. Daniel Bryan working the leg, just trying to keep the big man down. It felt like it was pretty back and forth. It really was. And then Reigns hit the running clothesline, ended up being a near fall. I don't know what you call the suplexes that Reigns were hitting, but they were kind of like inverted German suplexes. I kind of like it because it just continues to expand his moveset. Justin, you got some words?
I have something to say about that. Well, it was just weird how they were doing, like, he had his, like, hand locked, like, in his leg, kind of weird. It was just weird how he was doing those suplexes.
Yeah.
I'll just call them German throws. That's what I'll call them.
But they weren't. They weren't German throws. You're lying.
That pretty much what they were, kind of.
They were French throws. Get it?
They were French throws. Then, do they have U.S. throws?
Yeah, just a regular suplex is a.
Do they have Spanish throws?
Yo, listen, we're not talking about the World Suplex Championships right now. We're talking about Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So after he gets the suplexes, I liked it because, like I said, it expanded his moveset a little bit. Kind of little by little, I feel like in this match they kind of did that. He goes for the Superman punch, but he gets reversed to the round kick. Nice reversal. I like that. Where it hit him. Bryan, works the lower abdomen, excuse me.
The lower what?
Shut up. The lower stomach area where they're working the groin area because
We know anatomy here.
I just mispronounced it. Shut up. We get a power bomb from the top turnbuckle. Bryan versus a superplex into a back superplex for a near fall. LaBelle lock, but Reigns grabs a rope.
You mean lost?
Suicide dive for Reigns. but the last one gets caught into a belly to belly. Close double count out near the end. I thought that was going to actually end the match. Catching Superman punch for a near fall. Spear attempt gets reversed into a roll up. I'm glad it didn't end that way. I would have been upset. Bryan hits the bukkake knee for a near fall. I thought that was over because, you know, Bryan wins off of the knee a lot. Reigns catches Bryan's kick. It gets transitioned into a nice armbar. I love that. It didn't really go into an armbar, but it kind of was leading to that way. That goes into the yes lock. Reigns with just brutal forearms. They look like they were hurting. Just brutal forearms to Daniel Bryan to break that up. Daniel Bryan pulling out all the stops here, goes with the triangle choke. And then that's reversed into a nice sit-down powerbomb by Roman Reigns. Reigns and Bryan start trading blows. Bryan gets the best of it. He goes with the round kick. And then he's about to go for the knee, of course. He's going for the knee to end it. Go to WrestleMania. Daniel Bryan. Yes, yes, yes. But he gets caught with the spear. And Roman Reigns wins with the spear. And I was telling Justin a little while ago that I like the high, that kind of like high angle spear that Reigns does. It looked really good on Big Show the first time he did it. I just think it like looks like it like kills the person when he does it. Like it just looks kind of painful, and it's just different, you know. You always see it in the midsection area, but when you do it at the chest, it looks like they're like taking his head off. So, Casey, thoughts on the Royal Rumble match? Not Royal Rumble match. Sorry.
No, the Royal Rumble match was really good. We reviewed it a couple months ago.
I need
to see more with that. I forget what to call those throws. Samoan throws. Samoan throws.
Anyway, I thought this was a great match. I felt like we saw a bit of a darker side of Daniel Bryan at certain parts of this match. I don't know, but Reigns is definitely getting better match by match, but it's still really clear that Daniel Bryan is much better of a pure performer in the ring. But I was really surprised with this match. I didn't expect too much from this match for some reason, but Reigns wins. But I'm 90% sure they'll somehow turn this into a triple threat match because that's what WWE does. God forbid we have a one-on-one match for the World Heavyweight Championship. It always has to be either a triple threat or a fatal four-way. So I'm not going to be surprised if they add Daniel Bryan or something in there.
All right, Justin. Thoughts on the not the Royal Rumble match? You know, we talked about that a while back. Sorry. Thoughts on the main event tonight, Reigns and Bryan?
This was a good match. You know, they brought the best out of Roman Reigns. I thought this was a pretty good Roman Reigns match. You know, this was very back and forth, like you said. DJ. I also like when Daniel Bryan was doing the suicide dives outside the ring. Like, he hit 2 in a row, and then after he was going for the third, Roman Reigns caught him, and then he did a suplex, which was really cool. And then he did that spear on the outside, and he runs into the steel steps. You know, those forearms, like you said, those are really vicious forearms, man. Those are crazy. You know, Daniel Bryan, he's just trying to chop the big man down, you know, like he was just trying to work on his legs during the match, like you said. This was a very good match. I liked it. Yeah, I like when Roman Reigns did that spear also, man. That spear looks like he about killed Daniel Bryan. God, but it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and plus, if you think about it, Daniel Bryan's a smaller guy, so like, you know, it makes sense for him to hit him in the chest more so than it would. You know, you have to get pretty low to hit him in the.
And I like all the counters that they did also. That was good. You know, like with the yes lock. You called it the, what'd you call it? The label.
Oh, yeah. I wrote that down. I'm sorry. It's the yes lock.
It's a yes lock, dude. That's back in 2012, dude. Like,
it's the label lock.
I mean, technically it's the label lock.
It's the same thing, but now they call it the yes lock. But
yeah, I don't care what they call it. It's the label lock.
I don't care.
I don't care. But
All right, but that's it. It was a good show. I felt like it was a good show. I felt like there were some finishes that were kind of iffy, but like as far as just the in-ring work throughout the show, I felt like it was pretty good. Even the Divas match wasn't bad. There was some stuff that could be improved, but I'm just trying to figure out if we're gonna have Nikki Bella, Brie Bella at WrestleMania because I can see it, but they haven't been. Still nothing happened with it tonight.
who knows? Maybe there might be another Divas Invitational Battle Royal.
Championship scramble, Divas style.
Yeah. But what's your guys' overall rating on the show?
Overall rating out of 10, I give it a 7.5. I thought it was good, but I thought it was lacking in areas.
Casey?
Well, first of all, after the Reigns Daniel Bryan match, I like they shook hands and Bryan said, "You better kick his ass." So,
Oh yeah. It showed like respect. Like, yeah, I did like that.
I like that. I would give this show 8.5. I felt like it was a good show, better than I expected. And it feels like, and I hope that it's going to be a stacked Mania card. It seems like we're getting a lot of good matches for Mania. But I was upset that Brie didn't screw Nikki out of the title, building a feud between them. That would have been a perfect time to start, a feud. I don't know how they would do it now, necessarily. Unless they do Nikki and Brie for the title.
Yeah, and they could. I mean, like if they were gonna do it for the title, she could have won the title, but Brie could have went in there and tried to celebrate with her, and then kind of hit the forearm on Nikki, kind of like it's all coming back around now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But my overall rating on the show would probably be a 7.5. 7.5 also. I mean, there was a lot of this. I mean, there was like some good stuff and there was some bad stuff. But the main event like made me get to a 7.5. And I think this Mania is going to be pretty stacked. I mean, I don't think it's going to be better than 32 next year. Because since I'm going to it. So, yeah.
So you're going to it makes it automatically a must see show.
Yeah. What is Taker? Taker will be going to the Hall of Fame. I'm guaranteeing you that one. Taker needs to go to the Hall of Fame.
What if after 31 they just stop? They're like, let's not do Mania anymore.
Dude, that would suck. What? No. No. But
So guys, go ahead and give your closing remarks if you have any. Shout yourself out if you'd like, or shout me out if you'd like. But feel free to shout out whatever you guys want to. Casey, you go first, followed by Justin, then followed by me.
Follow me on Twitter right there, right there, and then when after you go there, you go over to the podcast and you follow the podcast, and you yell at DJ, or you said shout at you, right? Not shout out.
Yeah. Make sure you yell at me a lot.
Yeah, just yell at him for nothing, just anything.
Just yell at all of us. That'd be a good thing. Just yell at all of us.
No, just DJ because he can't pronounce words correctly.
Oh, Ryan.
You sound like
jobber. The jobber's here.
You sound like that good old cowboy James Storm when you were saying that.
You mess up and you down.
All right, Justin, closing remarks.
Okay. Well, hold on. Give me a second. Let me see if I can get this right.
If you play music, I'm going to be really upset.
Bam!
Flagged.
Go follow me on Twitter at the TrueJSB and go subscribe to me at Juggernaut097. And then go to the podcast and go do that stuff right there, like Casey said. And then go, like Casey said, go shout at DJ. Go yell at him. Tell him how bad he's doing. Tell him how much you hate the show. I don't know. I'm just saying random things right now.
Is this a swerve? Are you swerving me right now? Justin, you turn up in this game. Shout out to Ryan for coming to the end of the review. Glad you came by. Probably been, listening to me through the door. Probably not through the
Ryan
door.
fucked
But
up. Ryan fucked up.
uh, feel free to follow me on Twitter. I would try to point at it, but I feel like I'm gonna get it wrong for some reason tonight. You're on the wrong side. You're in my facial area. But follow me on Twitter. To my right, follow the podcast on Twitter. It's where Ryan is. So where his face is.
Ryan.
Who's Ryan? I don't know. Who's that guy?
At Ryan.
He's
What?
Ryan Seacrest.
Rion Secret.
Ryan Seacrest.
But appreciate you.
Rihanna Seacrest.
Josh is joining the show now. Everyone's just coming in. But hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys later.
I embrace you.